You know, the interview with the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, is still going on. And the more I listen to him talk, the sicker I get. I'm amazed at the double standard and the double tongue and the forked tongue that he speaks with. And let me, please, before you rush to judgment, let me say my piece here for a second, all right? Number one, you cannot depend on what you call experts in domestic violence, because experts, according to society, are the ones who went to college, went to school, studied psychology, philosophy, have never ever had any experience with life whatsoever at all. And they're in no position whatsoever at all to make any judgments or pass judgments on somebody else simply because they went and got a degree and a diploma or whatever you want to call it. I don't care what it is. Put alphabets behind their name. There used to be a time, and then society, our laws. Wait a minute. How in the world are you going to get in a society which by nature is evil within itself when you even use the word? It's demonic to the core. It's devilish to the core. How in the world are you going to get these people who are so-called lawmakers, the same one that are trafficking crack cocaine and heroin across the borders, the same one that are going across 4,000 miles away, across the pond, blowing the hell out of tribal places, blowing the hell out of townships, cities, with drones and every damn thing else, and killing innocent civilians and calling it collateral damage. What position are these people in to make any moral judgments whatsoever at all? Now, don't get me wrong. Do I agree with the label of what they call domestic violence? No, I don't agree against any. As a matter of fact, I'm a pastor, and I hate any type of abuse against women. And of course, you don't know me. You don't know my track record. As a pastor, man, I had to literally get in a fight, a literal fist fight with somebody on the day of Pentecost in front of the tabernacle that I preach, simply because this coward continued to keep abusing his wife. Well, we put an end to that mess. I promise you it did. And I already gave forewarning. That was my justice. I don't know what your justice is, but that was my justice. It stopped the threat. That's exactly what it did. And many of you may not agree with it, with your clean mouths and filthy lives in this wicked, perverse society we're living in. You got people up there with alternative lifestyles going to call themselves passing laws, our laws of the land. And they're going to try to tell you what's morally right and what's morally wrong in a spiritually bankrupt society. And it's simply nonsensical. It don't make any sense. If we're going to get things right, if you're going to do things right, there used to be a time when there used to be a thing called separation of so-called church and state. Now, you got these other jackleg, boot-licking lawyers out here that will tell you different. But there used to be a time that society never, ever stuck their nose in church adjudication and the justice process of the actual pastors and the elders judging matters like this. It should be left back up to the church. At least the people who are living a life and living the standard of morality which can be backed up by the scriptures. Not these bootlicking jackleg liars out here who you got men kissing men and women kissing women and carrying on. And you got our government blowing the hell out of just sovereign nations and stuff and calling collateral damage and grandstand in front of this damn TV camera and stuff and politically stage play in front of you, acting like they've done something and we're proud to be an American and we're protecting our people from terrorists like hell. You people, I tell you, it's amazing. Now, Goodell has been seriously harsh in his judgment and of NFL players. When it came time to put the screws and put the hammers, he did. But what happened was he started relaxing. And when he started relaxing, it came back and it bit him. And the people are, and what you see, the backlash of this Ray Rice situation right here is people calling for his head because, hey, the energy and the power behind his judgments based on past and getting into those deep pockets and those pocketbooks of NFL players and stuff for fines and levies and stuff against them, against whether it be drug use, drunkenness, murder, killing, robbing. The NFL's becoming a bunch of damn gangsters. That's pretty much what it is. And they do have a job on their hands. But the problem is that they don't want to lose the player that is going to keep the general manager's job and his staff, the coach's job and their staff, especially when they are a serious talent. That's the undermining motive. And now we're looking at the old adage of crap runs downhill. Now, some of the reporters that are outside of the scope of the NFL network are asking the questions that need to be asked. What are you going to do about all these people calling for your resignation? While I'm focusing on my job. He ain't thinking about giving up his job because it's a power job. He ain't thinking about giving it up because all this time, the eyes hadn't been on him. It's been on the judgment he was making towards everybody else. And I'm telling you, it's a different club when you're dealing with owners as opposed to players. It's a different club when you're dealing with commissioners as opposed to players. And all you people out here act like you fans mix emotions and all this other stuff. Stop the crap. Just stop the hypocrisy. You're two-faced hypocrites. This is exactly what you are. Again, you really truly want to know what righteous judgment is? We need to get back to the Bible. That's what we need to do. And we need men of honor and integrity with a proven track record that they can judge and will not take any bribes or judge based on favoritism or judge on a curve or try to grade because of so-called relationships or friendships or family. No, we need somebody that can really adjudicate the process right. Well, I know I'm ranting and raving. This is the world stuff. And I'm not even really concerned about it. I'm saying it because I know a lot of you people out there who are Israelites and those of you who are of other beliefs or other religions, you're watching me and you're listening to me. Well, hopefully somebody somehow made some type of appeal to be able to hopefully persuade your conscience in the right direction and way. Judge in this matter what I'm saying and see if the Most High y'all give you understanding. But all you looking at is the classic, the crap rolls downhill. He's doing whatever he can to say what he can to save face. And of course, yesterday was too late. And hindsight is 2020. And we can go on and on and on with all the superlatives of the past and stuff. But the problem is, he's going to do everything he can to say what he needs to say in order to recover his job. Because you know just as well as I know that man is a gangster behind the scenes. I think you ought to resign. Now, being in the assembly, there ain't no such thing as resigning because, again, the assembly or the churches have different laws than the state does. The problem is we got the state trying to meddle in the church business. And that's the reason why all you people in jeopardy when you're dealing with these 501c3 assemblies and churches out there. You need to ask very carefully and watch behind this stuff, I'm telling you. Because there is something going on that is not meeting the eye that you really truly don't understand. I'm telling you. Anyway, you heard the truth and you heard it straight way. This from Pastor Dow.